Happy summer. Spring is just getting settled in here, but we are all ready for summer. New summer products are here. May is here. It's exciting, and we are ready for an awesome season ahead, and I'm sure you are too. So, I want to share what's new with you, and you can share this with anybody that you want to share this with. So, you've got a new brochure coming pretty soon that looks like this, okay? And all these products will be available either on the 10th or the 15th, depending on if you're a consultant, depending on if you sent your lookbook to your customer or if you're a customer. That's what it depends on. So hopefully your customer is sending you some brochures. If she's not, you ask her to put you on that list, okay? But you can always go on websites. You can even just go on marykay.com and see what there is that's new. But those websites will not be updated until May 16th, okay? So you get to take a sneak peek at what is new. And you can share this with all kinds of people. You can place pre-orders with your consultant, and that way she's ready when it's either the 10th or the 15th, and that way she knows to include you as part of her initial order for all the new summer products. So let me share with you what's new. I'm excited for this. So we have, I love our variety this time. But we have women on here, and it says at the bottom, 36 shades. So we are, after several years of having our current time-wise foundations, which we love, we are improving them. And it's not a huge, major improvement, but the improvements that are there, I'm excited about. So first of all, I'm just going to kind of read through here, but I'm not going to show you the pages because I definitely don't want to ruin things for you. But we have now, instead of, I think now we have 24, 26 shades. Now we're going to expand our shade selection, which I think was sorely needed. And we're going to have 36 shades of foundation. Oh my gosh. So if we can't match you, nobody can, right? So I'm super pumped about this. We have samples that go with that too. And yeah, we're going to be ready to help you find what's right for you. So let me tell you the difference. And this is what they're going to look like. First of all, the difference is the packaging. That's the first difference. Come in a box like this, and the top either is going to be pink or purple, depending on whether you're using the luminous wear or the matte wear. So that is staying. The fact that we have two different formulas, one matte wear, which helps to absorb oil during the day. I still wear that. I mix it with a little CC cream sometimes because I like that mixture. But I still sometimes wear the matte wear, even though I don't have oily skin anymore. It just gives you a more matte finish. And then the luminous wear, of course, gives you that more dewy glow. So those two things have stayed the same, but we have way more shades. And it comes in a beautiful tube like this. Yes. And wait till you see how it's going to dispense. I don't know how many of you have had the experience that I've had. I keep my foundation. I've done it. The current one we have, I will sometimes lay it down flat, and then other times, most times now, I just leave it standing on its end. But when I open the cap, do you know what I'm going to say? Sometimes it just oozes out, and I'm like, oh. So then you have to like scoot it, suck it back in, all of this. Well, no more issues like that. No more issues like that. I love this new design, because you open it up and voila, there's a little needle-nosed opening. So you just squirt it right out and put it on your brush or your fingers or whatever you're applying it with, and you're good to go. And it does not ooze out. It does not, in fact, you want to stand it on its tube. It comes out better that way than having to stand there and make sure it's shaken down. So I just always stand it right up. I actually have like a glass that I have some things in, like brushes and stuff. So I just put it right in there and it's good to go. Grab it and you're good to go. So that's two changes. Okay. We're keeping the matte wear and the luminous wear. We've got 36 shades, and then we've got this new applicator. Also, too, it's infused with a time-wise 3D complex, which we love, and that has the resveratrol, which is so good from the red grape skins, highly antioxidant. It also has vitamin B3, which brightens the skin and is another antioxidant. And then it also has an age-defying peptide in there, which is a protein. So all these things are feeding your skin. So foundation that feeds your skin, and we love it. And this is the difference between our foundation and most others, and this has been the case since I've been in Mary Kay since 1981. So, yes, that'll be That'll be 45 years this year, girls, this September. Isn't that crazy? So, ever since though, when we introduced our foundation was not just to cover you up. It was not just to make you look good. It was to feed your skin. It was to look natural. It was to sink into your skin and become a part of you so that it doesn't look like you have foundation on. And that is the key thing I always say to my customers. If you can notice it, it's not the right shade. Or somebody says to you, oh, I love your shade of foundation. Oh my gosh, that's like a huge red flag, and you best get a new one, right? So we want to be able to design exactly the right one for you. So you're going to want to try a couple samples and see exactly which one is right for you. There's going to be a couple easy ways to do that too. So first of all, though, I just love that I have on the new one now, and frankly, and they wear all day. I mean, I see a little bit of a difference from the current one, but I love the fact that I have not had to figure out which shade I use, and I'll tell you why. So let me tell you about that. The other thing is that it has an IntelliMatch technology to really help you find the right match. So this is the thing. Let me get my little chart out here. We have the 36 shades. So we have 7 light shades. So I've got a little chart I'm looking at. So we have 7 shades that are like light, and they're calling them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Light 1 through light 7. Then we have 14 mediums. Wow. So 14 medium shades. So medium 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 14. And then we have 15 deep shades. That just blows my mind. I had no idea there was that much need for 15 deep shades. And just because it says deep does not mean that you have to be very, very dark. So we're going to be able to help people more in that. Like, I've got a customer that is like on the very edge of needing a bronze, but the bronze was too much. So now I'm excited to be able to really fine tune some of my customers' foundation needs. So even if it's a direct translation like mine was, I don't have all the shades yet, but I've got some of them, and the ones that I happen to get, I use currently the Beige 100 in matte wear. Beige 100 in matte wear is now medium 1. It actually translates like equally, because the Beige 100 was the lightest beige, the medium 1 is the lightest medium. So I'm not an ivory. Ivory's too light, but the medium beiges are a little too much, and we never had anything in between like beige 160 and beige 100 that had any warmish colors to it. So now we have more variety. So I'm excited about this. So now I have been using my medium 1 for a couple weeks, and I love it. I love it. It's a little creamier. It goes on a little better, and I still kind of mix it with the CC cream light to medium because I just love that combo. But anyway, that's what's fun about this. So I personally love our liquid foundation brush. But let me share with you what we have to another new product here that we have. But I wanted to let you know too that we're going to come out with a little chart that will have the translation of, like, if you currently use Beige 100, what's the one that would match in the new shades? So we're going to make that available to you as consultants. And we'll be able to help everybody kind of fine tune that. So that'll be a good starting point. Okay. But I was excited that I could just get translated. I used this. I loved it. I'm like, I think this is perfect. And when you're trying foundation, this is how the best way to do it is, I have found. First of all, daylight. Natural sun, not like right in the light, but in natural daylight by a window. And then you want to just put like a couple stripes, like one here and one here. Like pick 2 shades that you think might work. Put a little teeny bit and just blend it. Another little bit, teeny blend it so that there's a spot in between. And we used to say with the current ones, let it sit for 30 seconds or so and let it absorb. This one you don't have to. I have not tried that because I've already found the one that I like, but I'm excited to try this with customers. So you just put it there. You can wait 2 seconds if you want, but you should be able to see one. So, the one that kind of disappears into your skin is the one that is best for you. Because if it's too dark, it's going to age you. If it's too light, obviously it makes you look like you're half dead, right? So you want to make sure and get the right shade. The other thing I'm excited about with these is that in the current foundations that we have, the matte wear shades did not necessarily translate to the same shade with the luminous wear. For instance, beige 100 in matte wear was not really the same shade as beige 100 in luminous wear. That was a little frustrating and kind of just had to work through that. But with these new ones, these are supposed to be the same all over. So if I can use medium one matte wear, I'm going to try the medium one luminous wear just to see how much I like it. I don't have it yet, but it should be the same shade. Okay, so that takes care of those. So let me share with you the next product, which is an awesome. I was gonna say I don't think I need this, but I say that about a lot of things because I tend to get in little routines, and I'm like I don't need to change. But then I prove myself wrong. So I'm already excited about trying this. I have not tried it yet, and but it's a new complexion sponge. Now we've had our blending sponge. This is our new complexion sponge, and it's different. So I'm going to show you why. But we also have our we have a blending brush and a liquid foundation brush to apply foundation with, which I love the liquid foundation brush. That's my favorite. However, just after reading about this and looking at it, I'm thinking I might have two favorites. So I'm just going to put it on here and show you, but I want to just show you about this. So this has, let's see if I can position it where you can see against there. So we've got one side, which is all just rounded, okay? And then we've got, you can see there's a flat side here and a flat side up top, right? So two flat edges. So according to, where's my books? According to the directions, this is, you can prep it, apply it, and you can even do what they call baking, okay? So, but the top point up here, I'm just looking at the brochure here too. I will show you this. So up here, okay, it shows you exactly how to use the brush. So when you get your brochure, don't worry about, oh my gosh, what did Roxanne say? But the pointed tip is for concealer, precise application and blending because it has the point. So if you wanted to put your under eye corrector on here, which I'm going to start trying and doing that, you can just take it and then go ahead and just pat it and blend it like that. Okay, you don't want to be rubbing with this because it doesn't apply as well. And then you can also use that for foundation, but the bottom part is more for foundation. It's a little bit larger and it doesn't have that point. So am I reading that right? Hold on. Nope, I'm wrong. The middle crease, they call it this middle crease, that is perfect for baking and translucent powder. What on earth is baking? I'll tell you, some of you might know, but translucent powder. So after you've done all your foundation, then you can put on the translucent powder with this instead of a brush if you want to, because putting it on with a brush does it very, very lightly. That's what I'm so used to. But when you use a brush, sponge, you would just take your cover of your loose powder, pat some on there, tap it off the excess, and then you just press it in. And that really helps to hold things in better. And it helps things to just be, it's just a little bit more coverage almost, okay? Especially if you did it with the silky setting powder. That would take it to a whole new level. Now I'm thinking about all the ways I could play here. So, and then the rounded side is for foundation. So that way you can just take it wherever you want and blend it. So it's talking about if you use it with a liquid or a cream, you want to soak it and squeeze the sponge out so that it's slightly damp, and that will help it to apply better. And then it says, I don't do this. It says apply your foundation to the back of your hand. Take your sponge, do this. Now, by the way, there's another flat side here too, so you could use that if you wanted to. But just go ahead and take it damp like that. And then what you're supposed to do is dab and blend. It says no dragging. No dragging. So this would be one of those things that you would just apply it that way. I probably would drag it slightly just out of rebellion. I don't know. Or just because I'm impatient. But and then if you're going to use powder, you're just going to tap the dry, you not wet the brush, just tap the dry brush into the powder and dab it on that way. And then baking is, it says apply powder to areas prone to creasing Okay, so it could be up here, it could be around the eyes, it could be here, wherever it's prone to creasing, and let it sit on the face for a few minutes before tapping away the extra. So that's called baking it in. All right, so lots of ways to use this little um, complexion sponge, okay? And this is 14. By the way, the new foundations are uh, 28, okay? So 28 for these, and that's only $2 more than our current one. And it's the same size, a 1 ounce, just like our other one. And then 14 for the new sponge. Okay, so there's those two things. So I'm pumped. And I have to say, it's just been fun to play around with some of these things. All right, then we have a new, it's not new, we're just kind of reintroducing it, and but it's got a slightly different brush. So how many of you love our Fanorama mascara? Oh my gosh, we just came out with the Great Heights last year. That's been wildly popular. But I myself personally love the Fanorama. I have friends that love the Fanorama. And so now we just have a slightly different, not as decorated tube, but the wand is a little different. And it's really, this one really helps you to lift and define, and it gives you some volume for this. Now I position this mascara, actually I'll show you a chart and I'll show you how I think about it, but the brush has got a little bit of a curve on one side, and it has a tip at the top right there where you can get like it captures every last lash, and you can even use this part for the inside or just a little bit for the bottom if you want to. But the Fanorama is a great mascara. And here's my little chart. Well, I can just use this. So I'm showing you the whole brochure. But there's the little chart with all the mascaras that we have. Okay. So I think of the Great Heights here. This one is the one I use every day because it's just a nice, light, great mascara. It does an awesome job. I have it on right now. Then we have the waterproof, and that's a great one if you want waterproof. Then we have our Ultimate, which some people are just like, I mean, that used to be everybody's favorite, and now we've come out with so many. So this one's great for volume and lengthening and everything. And then we have our Lash Intensity girls. We're like, I want the big lashes. That's the Lash Intensity one. But if the Lash Intensity is a little too much, which is how I feel about it, and these are not enough, then the new Fanorama will be like the middle of the road in between the Lash Intensity and the other ones, because it's not quite as much as Lash Intensity, but it's more than like the Great Heights or the Ultimate. So we've got some great mascaras to choose from. So that's a new product as well for summer. And well, that'll be permanent. And the foundations are permanent. And the complexion sponge is permanent as well. All right, now for two, I don't know if this next one is permanent or not. I think so, yes. So we only have one product that's limited. This is kind of cool. And this is an opportunity for you to contribute to the Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation. And the Charitable Foundation, if you're not aware, is a foundation that Mary Kay started way back in 1996. She passed in 2001, and she started it with the specific goal of helping women to trying to raise money to help research for women's cancers, because she saw so many women having cancer, and she just, she loved us, she cared about us, and so she started this foundation to help raise awareness, money, and all the stuff for women's cancers. And we've done so much over the years, so much, and given away so much money for different doctors and all of this. And then I think it was two or 4 years later, she added on the cause of domestic violence. So now every year I just actually helped complete a application for our town in Claremont for what used to be called Turning Points. Now they've changed the name slightly, but they still help women in crisis. And that our local shelter, domestic center there, whatever you want to call it, has already received Mary Kay's $20,000 grant twice over the last several years. And so they applied for it again. I hope they get it, because our county is very needy for that money, and they need a lot of help with that. So we every year There's at least one shelter in every state. The big states have many more. And they receive $20,000 as a grant. They have to apply for it, but it's been every state gets something, and it's really cool. So these two products are going to contribute to that, and oh, they get the cutest little hearts. And what are they? Oh my gosh! By the way, $1 every time you purchase $1 of this will go to the Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation. Okay, so we have two cheek color sticks. I'm not sure what they're actually technically called. Where is the actually it's isn't oh a blush stick, right? It's called a blush stick, and yeah, these are special edition. So special edition means they'll probably be around slightly longer, like probably through the whole summer, unless they sell out. But they're $20 a piece, and these are beautiful. So let me tell you a little bit about these. They have jojoba oil in them, coconut oil, and vitamin E. So they are literally luscious. Okay. They're perfect for all kinds of skin. We have a lighter one and a darker one. You can pop them in your purse. You can use them for eyeshadow. I haven't done it on the lips yet, but this one would be too light. The other one might work, but they're just super easy and super fun. So let me show you what they are. But I just love the container. Isn't that adorable? And so we have one here that's a lighter pink, and this one's called Kind Spirit. And then we have one that is a darker pink, and this one is called Spark Change. So I'll just show you on my wrist what they look like. So there, and of course I'm applying it, but I'm not blending it. So that is the Kind Spirit, the lighter one. Okay, you can see that. And if I was to blend it, which I would, then it's just going to be a nice light soft pink. Okay, so that is this. And these just, I had to figure this out. I'm like, how come it's not twisting up? The twisting up part is at the bottom, right? Yes. So they're just going to twist up. There's a ton in here. This will last for a long time. And then the other one, Spark Change. I'm not going to twist it up because I don't need to, but that one is just a more like raspberry rosy color. Trying to position it so you can see it. And that one, if I blend it in, just gives it more, it's darker skin, or if you just want a little more color. Okay. So the top one is more a soft pink with a hint of peach. The second one is more rosy. All right. I'm going to just do it right there just so you can see, because I'm feeling like you really can't tell. I'll do one more. Then I'll have to go wash my arm off with eye makeup remover. Okay, there's the two shades. All right, so there's those for summer. And they're so easy to use. That's the thing. Just pop, 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 blend, 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 and you're done. Like it's super, super easy. All right. And then the last thing we have is for the guys. So we have a brand new fragrance for men, and I really like this one. Now, personally, my husband will never wear fragrance. He thinks the only fragrance he likes is Bondo. He's a car guy. Like, ooh, that stuff stinks, and it's toxic. He just will not wear fragrance. So I'm like, I'll just have to smell it out of the container. But oh my gosh, I sprayed this, and I'm like, yeah, I might have to try to talk him into it. So it's called Mary Kay True Optimism. So this is our newest men's fragrance, True Optimism. And let me tell you about it. It has, where's my little cheat sheet? It has, okay, the top notes are citrus and sweet fruit. It does not smell sweet though. And that's the top notes, which means that within a few minutes it's gone. Okay, then it melds into the middle notes, and those are whatever this is. Ozonic middle notes of cypress and fresh florals. Doesn't even sound like a men's fragrance to me, but it smells like it, I have to say. And then the bottom notes have like a warmth with this bottom note of vetiver or something. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. So to me, it smells like warmish and a little spicy. And no, I just love it. A little warmish, a little spicy, but it's not deep. So I'm really excited to have some people try this. So new men's fragrance for those guys who want to just go for it, as it says in the brochure. So, all right. So those are our new products, and again, though everything is going to be here for the permanency, except for these two cheek colors. So let us know how we can help you. Let me know how I can help you with some of the new products. But remember, you can order them, pre-order them with your consultant, because she may be able to order on the 10th. If not, she can order on the 15th, and you can be the first ones to help get started with this. And when it comes to your foundation, you may want to just let her know, like, I want to try a couple samples. That way she won't have to order all 36 shades necessarily. She'll order the ones that she thinks she's going to need. So we thank you. I thank you if you're a consultant, of course, and we thank you if you're a customer. And we love you guys. And I just want to say happy summer and enjoy all the new goodies. And let us know when you get your brochure. That's what I love to know. And I personally would love to know, if you're one of my customers, tell me what was your favorite page. I only showed you two, so that you have a little bit more extra to look at. Okay. And there's a fun thing in there about called underpainting. That's a whole new concept too. So enjoy. All right. Have a great summer.